If the enemy tried to silence you with it, that's probably the very place God wants to build your authority. Your betrayal, the addiction, the fornication, the lust, the gluttony, the shame. The very thing you're embarrassed about may be the evidence of God's redemptive power in your life. Revelation 12:11 reads, "We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony." I want you to think of it this way. And if God began a work in you, he will complete it. Philippians 1:6. I want to talk to you about silence being a strategy because the enemy doesn't care if you're gifted. He cares if you stay quiet. Silence produces shame, stress, double lives, and identity confusion. When you live hiding parts of your story, you fracture your authority. And I know this because I lived it. I was afraid to share my past, afraid to talk about the betrayal, the addiction, the fornication, the lust, the numbing with relationships and alcohol, gluttony tied to shame. I didn't have language for it. When you're in the middle of it, you're not thinking about how to articulate redemption. You're like just wanting to be redeemed and feel it and live it. You're just trying to survive, actually. I loved God, but I was still numbing. I was new. I was a baby Christian, so to speak. The closer I got to God, the less room there was for a double life. Wow. And here's the truth that I believed the lie that my body was disqualified. Or, excuse me, I believed the lie that my body disqualified my voice and that my past disqualified my calling. But what I learned was this: my authority wasn't in pretending I never fell, it was getting back up. This is where language comes after healing. God had to give me language through discipleship, through mentorship, through warfare, time in the word, a process. You don't speak from wounds, you speak from scars. Had Jesus not have been pierced in the rib or nailed in his arms and his feet, would doubting Thomas believed him when he saw him resurrected and he saw the scar, the holes in his hands and his feet? I wanted action to speak first, fruit, stability, then clarity. Because testimony isn't performance, it's proof. If you're called to speak, but you're hiding pieces of your past, that tension is costing you authority. Not everyone needs your microphone story. Okay? So hear me clearly. Clearly, not everyone needs it. But somewhere you need truth in the light. Because when truth is surrendered to God, your nervous system stops carrying what grace already covered. If you know you are called to speak, but you've been shrinking because of your past, the authority builder is where we train that voice. Doors open March 3rd. Sessions begin March 17th for 6 weeks. We're going to go over formation, message clarity, biblical foundation, and execution. This isn't about hype. It's about discipline and activation. The enemy tried to silence you with it. God will use it to position you. I'll see you inside the authority builder.